Chosen one. This is not coincidence, it is divine interruption. Heaven has synchronized this moment with your spirit's awakening. You are not watching by chance, you have been summoned. The same God who split seas and raised kings has paused time to speak to you. You stand at the edge of a supernatural shift, a divine wealth transfer prepared for the faithful. The angels are already in motion, guarding the gate of your next elevation. As written in Deuteronomy 8:18, it is He who gives you power to get wealth. This is not just revelation, anointed one, it is activation. Chosen one. Heaven saw the breaking point before you reached it. While you were trying to hold yourself together, God had already issued the command, "Go get my child, the one I marked before time." You didn't stumble upon this moment. It's a divine interruption. Heaven has stepped into your timeline because something sacred is about to shift. You are not in another cycle of waiting. This is the moment when the supernatural collides with the natural. God has sent two angels, not by chance, but by name. One to lift you out of what was meant to destroy you, and the other to reveal what heaven has prepared next. You may not see them, but your spirit knows they are near. You've felt the stirring, the sudden stillness, the unexplainable pull in your chest. That's divine movement. Heaven doesn't move randomly, it moves with precision. You felt the shaking, the restlessness, the spiritual pressure that made no sense. You called it exhaustion, but it was alignment. Heaven was breaking patterns that no longer fit your purpose. The doors that shut weren't punishment, they were protection. You weren't being rejected, you were being redirected. Chosen one. The warfare you've faced has been personal because your assignment is personal. The enemy recognized your potential long before you did. That's why the battle came early, emotional confusion, sudden loss cycles of almost. You weren't being unlucky, you were being targeted, but grace stepped in and whispered, "Not yet." God never promised that the fire wouldn't come. He promised it wouldn't consume you. What tried to destroy you has now become your awakening. The very battle meant to end you has refined you. Heaven saw what you could not, that your breaking was actually your becoming. I know the feeling of standing on the edge, too tired to keep pushing, too aware to give up. I've seen how heaven intervenes in the final moments when your breath turns into a silent prayer and your soul whispers, "God, I can't." That's the moment grace moves. That's the moment angels are dispatched. And right now, that's exactly what's happening. Two angels are beside you, steady, radiant, unstoppable. The first holds a sword forged in glory. It's cutting through every lie that told you you're too late, unworthy, or disqualified. The second holds a scroll sealed in divine fire. Inside it are your next instructions, your next location, your next level of alignment. These angels didn't come to inspire you. They came to reposition you. Heaven is saying you don't have hours to decide. You have a window to respond. 21 minutes not to panic, but to posture your heart. Because spiritual doors don't stay open forever. When heaven calls, it expects motion. Chosen one. Your surrender is the key. Heaven doesn't need a performance, it needs your yes. Not a fearful yes, not a hesitant yes, a surrendered one. The kind of yes that splits atmospheres. The kind that angels respond to instantly. You've been praying for confirmation, and heaven answers, "This is it." This is your signal, your sign, your shift. Everything you've endured was preparation for this moment. You weren't overlooked. You were hidden until the timing was perfect. And that time is now. This isn't a random message. It's divine strategy. Heaven is aligning resources, relationships, and opportunities around you. The pressure you feel isn't punishment. It's the final push before promotion. The things that no longer serve you are being removed, not to hurt you, but to make space for the new. You may feel things falling apart, but in truth, they're falling into order. Heaven is saying, I'm not just bringing you out, I'm pulling you up. You are stepping into a higher spiritual economy, divine wisdom, divine provision, divine transfer. What was withheld is being released. I've seen this before, the way divine favor follows obedience. The way one step of surrender opens 10 doors of opportunity. It's not magic, it's alignment. When heaven moves, it looks sudden, but it's always strategic. So hear this clearly, you are not being punished, you are being positioned. The same angels that fought to preserve you are now preparing to promote you. Heaven didn't save you just to keep you safe. Heaven saved you to send you. Chosen one. This is not motivation, this is movement. The shift is already happening. You can feel it in the air, the way peace begins to replace panic, the way clarity cuts through confusion. The atmosphere around you has changed because you've entered divine timing. The 21 minutes aren't a countdown to loss. They are an invitation into breakthrough. Heaven is not waiting for your perfection. It's waiting for your participation. So lift your head, straighten your shoulders. The angels are in formation. This is your moment, your rescue, your recalibration, your rise. Heaven has spoken. Now, chosen one, it's your turn to respond. Chosen one, heaven is still speaking. The first angel stands beside you, sword drawn, cutting through the invisible weight that has clung to your soul. The heaviness you've carried, fear, guilt, confusion, was never yours to keep. You don't have to fight harder, you only need to surrender deeper. Heaven is not asking for your strength, it's asking for your yes. That warmth you feel, the stillness, the tears that come for no reason, those are signs that deliverance has already begun. The angel came not to comfort your pain, but to end it. Every false label, unworthy, late forgotten, is being stripped away. Heaven is replacing those lies with truth. You are on time, you are chosen, you are covered. The sword isn't for punishment. It's for precision. It's dividing who you thought you were from who you truly are. And now the second angel steps forward, silent, radiant, carrying not noise, but knowing. He doesn't bring chaos, he brings clarity. You've been walking in circles, doing all you could, yet still feeling lost. But heaven whispers, I never lost sight of you. I was waiting for your stillness. This angel carries light, not a map. You won't see the whole road, only the next step. That's how faith works, one act of obedience at a time. You'll begin to feel it, where to go, who to release, what to start. The clarity won't come as logic, it'll come as peace. The right things will feel weightless. The wrong ones will lose their pull. You'll sense divine timing, divine alignment. The fog will begin to lift because you're not being punished, you're being repositioned. Heaven is syncing your life with a higher rhythm. What once delayed will accelerate. What once broke, you will build you. The same angels that fought to free you are now leading you forward. You couldn't stay in the old place because the old could no longer contain you. God is shifting your spiritual address from surviving to ruling, from confusion to clarity. This isn't motivation, it's movement. Heaven is rearranging your atmosphere. The angel doesn't just reveal direction, he awakens discernment. You'll begin to see people and patterns differently. The closed doors, the silence, the strange endings, all of it will start to make sense. None of it was wasted. Every tear was recorded, every delay designed, chosen. One, this is your spiritual relocation. You're not being pulled back, you're being elevated. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to break through. The weight you feel isn't punishment, it's proof that you carry something heaven trusts. So breathe. The rescue wasn't random. The revelation isn't vague. You are being refined for a higher realm of purpose. The angels didn't come to inspire you, they came to activate you. And now that your spirit is aligned, your life will follow. Heaven has spoken. The light is on. Walk forward, because the next chapter doesn't begin when you move. It begins as you move. Chosen one. The angels have done their part now. Heaven waits for yours. The air around you is shifting heavy with divine momentum. You can feel it. This isn't another message, it's a summons. You've been delivered and now you're being directed. Heaven didn't free you just to leave you standing still. It freed you to move with power, with purpose, with precision. What comes next isn't random, it's written. The same God who sent rescue has already prepared the route of restoration. You've been walking through fire not for punishment, but for refinement. The pain didn't destroy you because it wasn't designed to. It was meant to reveal the gold in you. What you thought was breaking you was actually birthing you. Chosen one. You've wondered why the attacks felt so personal, why the people closest to you shifted, why the doors that once opened suddenly shut. It wasn't rejection, it was redirection. You were being separated for sanctification. Heaven was clearing your path so nothing man-made could interfere with what's about to manifest. You are entering a window of divine acceleration. What used to take months will now take moments. What was delayed is suddenly being delivered. Heaven calls this the law of divine exchange. What you lost in one season returns multiplied in the next. Your tears have been currency. Your obedience has been investment. And now, chosen one, heaven is releasing the return. This is not a symbolic moment, it's a supernatural one. The angels that once fought to free you are now carrying provision. There are financial transfers being released from the spirit into the natural. Unexpected calls, divine connections, opportunities that carry your name are already aligning. This is what happens when obedience meets timing. Do not doubt it because it seems impossible. You've walked with God long enough to know that impossibility is His favorite stage. You were never meant to make it make sense. You were meant to make it manifest. Heaven doesn't need your plan, it needs your permission. There's a reason the warfare increased before the breakthrough. Hell always fights hardest where heaven is about to move next. The chaos wasn't confirmation of your failure, it was evidence of your proximity. Every distraction, every sudden fear, every delay was a final attempt to stop your awakening. But you didn't break. You bent, you cried, but you stayed. And that staying was victory. You need to hear this clearly. You were never losing. You were being prepared. You were never behind. You were being positioned. Every no that hurt you was a not yet spoken in protection. Every loss that shook you was a hidden setup for restoration. Heaven doesn't take from you without planning to return, it multiplied. Chosen one. God is not only restoring what was taken, He's restoring who you are. You are not the same person who started this battle. You carry new authority, new clarity, new strength. The fire that tried to consume you has become your crown. The pressure that nearly broke you has become your proof. You are proof that grace wins. Now listen, the second angel is opening the scroll. This is your instruction move as one who has already been approved. Stop questioning what's already been confirmed. Stop waiting for permission to be what you were born to be. Heaven already stamped your yes. Opportunities will appear quickly. Now discernment is essential. Not every open door is divine, and not every delay is denial. You'll feel peace where heaven is present and unease where it's not. Follow the flow, not the noise. Follow peace, not pressure. That's how the anointed navigate. This next season is about execution. It's time to build, to speak, to act. The visions that haunted your dreams were not imagination, they were instruction. The projects that wouldn't leave your spirit were never random, they were assignments. You don't need to understand how it will happen. Heaven will supply what obedience demands. You've prayed for years asking, "When is my moment, chosen one?" This is it. The angels have arrived not just to deliver you, but to deploy you. You are not being saved from the fire, you are being sent through it with authority. You are stepping into a season where your presence will shift atmospheres. You won't have to announce your anointing. The light will speak for you. You are no longer a survivor. You are a signal. You carry the evidence of divine rescue and the fragrance of redemption. Everywhere you go, grace will go before you. People will look at you and not understand how you endured, but heaven will know. It was mercy, it was timing, it was destiny. Chosen one, lift your head. Heaven didn't save you to hide you. You're being reintroduced to the world as who you were always meant to be. The scroll is open. The oil is flowing. The angels are watching. This is no longer about waiting, it's about walking. Your rescue has become your release, and your release has become your rise. Heaven has written the next chapter. Now, anointed one, turn the page. Chosen one, heaven has not finished speaking. The atmosphere around you is thick with divine activity. You can feel it, the quiet pulse in your chest, the electricity in the air. That is not emotion, it's alignment. The angels are still near. The rescue wasn't a moment, it was a movement, and that movement is unfolding right now. You've been asking God what happens next. Heaven answers you do. The next shift depends on your response. You are not waiting on heaven. Heaven is waiting on you. The instructions have been released, and the second angel now unfolds the scroll sealed with your next assignment. This isn't just about comfort or clarity. It's about commissioning. Chosen one. This is the hour of divine repositioning. You're being moved from delay into dominion, from waiting into walking. Heaven is activating what's been dormant inside you. The same hands that lifted you out of darkness are now pushing you into destiny. The angels didn't just come to end the storm, they came to escort you into the promise. You've survived what others couldn't because grace had a greater plan. What you lost in one season is about to be restored in another. But restoration isn't just about things returning, it's about you returning to yourself, the version heaven designed before life distorted you. The angel whispers, the real you is ready now. The warfare intensified before this moment because the enemy sensed it too. He's been whispering doubt, fear, distraction, hoping you would sit down just before breakthrough, but you didn't. You stayed. You prayed when you didn't feel heard. You showed up when you didn't feel seen. That's why heaven has moved. Endurance has opened a door effort never could. Now the heavens are releasing divine acceleration. Things that were once locked will open easily. Resources that were withheld are being released. You'll notice divine patterns, people reaching out at the right time, opportunities surfacing without explanation, provision showing up right before need. That's not coincidence, it's coordination. Heaven is rearranging your timeline to match divine order. Chosen. One, don't let fear trick you into hesitation. You were prepared for this. The very battles that broke your pride built your discernment. You've learned to hear God's tone even in silence. You've learned to trust His hand even when it felt heavy. And now, Heaven is trusting you with more. This next level isn't about survival, it's about stewardship. You'll begin to notice your mind shifting. Where there was fog, there is focus. Where there was fear, there is faith. This is not just emotional restoration, it's mental renewal. Heaven is reprogramming your thoughts to align with authority. The anxiety that once ruled your mornings will bow to peace. The confusion that clouded your decisions will dissolve under wisdom. This is what it means to walk in divine timing, where your thoughts, your steps, and your spirit all move as one. You won't have to chase doors. They'll recognize you when you arrive. You won't have to prove you're chosen. Your presence will confirm it. Every step you take now will echo in the spirit. That's what happens when obedience and heaven agree. But listen closely, this acceleration requires alignment. Not every opportunity is divine. Not every open hand is holy. The angel is giving you discernment, the quiet knowing that says, this is God or this is not. Follow peace, not pressure. The right path will always feel lighter in your spirit, even when it stretches your faith. You are entering a realm where small decisions carry eternal impact. A conversation, a connection, a single act of obedience, each one is a seed for your next season. Heaven is watching how you handle this window. Move carefully but confidently. The same God who sent angels to rescue you will walk with you into every new assignment. Chosen one. This is not just recovery, it's reintroduction. Heaven is reintroducing you to yourself, to your purpose, to your power. You are not who you were yesterday. You are stronger, wiser, clearer. The fire didn't destroy you. It revealed what was indestructible. And now that indestructible version of you is being commissioned. The second angel closes the scroll, not because the message ends, but because the mission begins. You are no longer reading prophecy, you are becoming it. You are the living fulfillment of promises spoken long before your birth. Heaven's message is simple: go. Go where peace points. Go where light leads. Go where your spirit burns. You don't need to know how everything will unfold. You only need to move when heaven moves. The same God who parted seas and shut lions' mouths is the one who orders your steps now. This is your hour of divine mobility. Heaven is saying no more waiting rooms. The doors you've been praying for are opening because your heart finally aligns with their weight. Every delay has matured you. Every tear has watered the soil beneath your feet. Chosen one, rise. The angels are no longer fighting for you. They are walking with you. You are stepping into purpose that carries generational consequence. What happens next won't just bless you, it will ripple through bloodlines. You have survived the rescue. You have received revelation. Now, heaven commands, respond. This is your activation. This is your appointment. The angels are in formation. The light is shifting. And your next breath begins your next chapter. Chosen one. Heaven isn't whispering anymore. It's declaring. The rescue is over. The revelation has come. Now, the release begins. You have crossed from survival into authority. The angels that once fought to save you now walk beside you, ushering you into your appointed place. The air around you feels heavier because you're carrying more glory. What you sense now isn't pressure, it's purpose. Heaven has crowned you with responsibility, not just comfort. Every scar you carry is proof of endurance. Heaven never anoints perfection, it anoints perseverance. The fire didn't burn you, it branded you. The wilderness didn't waste you, it revealed you. Every season of silence was divine shaping. You were learning to hear heaven without noise, to walk by spirit instead of sight. Now, the preparation is over. You are being positioned publicly for what was formed privately. Chosen one. You've been praying for restoration, but God is giving you something greater: revelation of reign. You are not returning to normal. You are rising to new. The old rooms can't contain your anointing anymore. You have outgrown their language, their rhythm, their limits. Heaven says you are no longer hidden. This is your unveiling. The first angel, the one with the sword, stands by your right, but his sword no longer cuts you free, it clears your path. Every obstruction in your way, every invisible wall of delay is being removed. Heaven has assigned motion to your mission. You will notice things accelerate. People, places, provision aligning with divine speed. The ground beneath you is no longer resistant. It's responsive. When you move, creation moves with you. The second angel now goes before you not as a messenger, but as a strategist. He is arranging divine meetings, connections, and confirmations. You won't have to chase opportunities. They will chase you. The scroll he carried is no longer sealed. It's open, unfolding day by day. You will see glimpses of the next step, never the whole path, just enough to keep your faith awake. Chosen one. This is the realm of evidence. The oil on your life will begin to speak for itself. Doors that once ignored you will recognize you. Those who doubted you will see the fruit before they hear the explanation. You've carried the word. Now the word will carry you. Every step from here is prophecy in motion. But hear me clearly, favor requires focus. The higher your assignment, the narrower your path. Heaven is raising your standard. You can't move like before, talk like before, or connect like before. The peace you carry must become your compass. If something steals it, it's not from God. Don't let distraction disguise itself as destiny. Don't let noise pull you from alignment. This new season demands stewardship. You are no longer waiting for validation. You are the validation. You carry heaven's endorsement. You were never chosen to blend in. You were chosen to shift the atmosphere. Wherever you go, authority follows. Your joy becomes warfare. Your peace becomes power. Your presence itself becomes prayer. And with authority comes instruction. Guard the oil. Protect the intimacy that brought you here. You didn't survive by strength. You survived by stillness. Don't trade that for applause. The same quiet that sustained you in obscurity will sustain you in visibility. Heaven trusts you now because you proved you wouldn't sell your soul for approval. Chosen one. The doors ahead are heavy because they hold weight. You're not walking into comfort, you're walking into calling. Every decision from this point is prophetic. When you speak, angels move. When you obey, heaven multiplies. The same grace that rescued you is now releasing you. You've waited long enough. The assignment is active. The angels are already clearing the atmosphere ahead of you. God isn't just sending you, He's going with you. You'll feel His nearness in every step, not as rescue this time, but as partnership. You are heaven's voice in this generation, a carrier of divine authority, a mirror of mercy, a vessel of victory. The world won't understand this shift, but the spirit realm already does. Hell has been alerted. Heaven has celebrated. The crown on your life is unseen, but the weight is undeniable. You are walking in the fulfillment of what was once only whispered. This is no longer about surviving darkness. It's about governing light. Chosen one, rise. Move with confidence. Speak with clarity. Live with conviction. The rescue became revelation. The revelation has become reign. What started as deliverance ends in dominion. You are not waiting for heaven. Heaven is waiting for you to rule. Go forward, anointed one. The angels have finished preparing the way. Your steps are ordered. Your time is now. This is your divine release. Chosen one. The atmosphere around you has shifted again. The release has already begun, and now heaven is commanding movement. You've stepped out of recovery and into rulership. The rescue was the awakening. The revelation was the alignment. Now comes the assignment. You are not being spoken to anymore. You are being spoken through. Heaven has turned you from recipient to representative. You've waited for a sign, but you've become the sign. You've prayed for confirmation, but now your very existence is confirmation. Everything that tried to bury you was prophetic. It forced the seed in you to sprout. The soil of suffering produced authority. You no longer just carry faith, you carry fire. That fire is not meant to stay contained. Heaven is saying it's time to move. This is the stage of divine execution where promises turn into purpose. The angels that once fought for your survival are now surrounding your steps. They walk before you, behind you, and beside you. Their presence isn't dramatic, but you'll feel them when you act in obedience, a sudden calm, a holy urgency, a knowing that you're not alone. That's heaven's confirmation. Chosen one. The time for questioning has ended. The window is open, but it will not remain open forever. You can no longer afford hesitation. Every minute of delay delays someone else's deliverance because your obedience is connected to other destinies. When a chosen one rises, chains fall off families. When you walk forward, heaven moves with you. This is why the warfare intensified right before this moment. Hell always panics when a chosen one becomes aware. Every distraction, every doubt, every old voice of shame was designed to keep you from realizing how close you were. But now that awareness has arrived, everything changes. You've stepped out of reaction and into revelation. You no longer respond to life, you release life. You'll notice the shift in small things first. Where there was confusion, now there's clarity. Where doors were locked, keys appear. The same people who ignored you will begin to seek your voice, not because you changed your tone, but because heaven has turned up your frequency. You carry something now that cannot be denied: authority born of obedience. And with authority comes weight. Heaven will not give you power without purity. Protect the posture that carried you through the wilderness. The presence of God will walk with you, but the price of presence is privacy. There will be moments heaven pulls you aside, not to isolate you, but to refill you. Don't resent the quiet. That's where oil multiplies. Chosen one. This is the season of divine manifestation. The things that once felt far away are forming in real time. The projects, the dreams, the visions you buried are now breathing again. You'll wake up with ideas that feel too big for you good. They're not meant to be done by you alone. Heaven will send divine alliances, kingdom partnerships, people who speak your language of destiny. When they come, discern them by their fruit, not their faces. True alignment never drains, it activates. Watch for those who carry peace and precision. They are heaven's reinforcement. The wrong connections will fade, not because of anger, but because your frequency has changed. You can't carry everyone into your next dimension. Some people were essential to your healing, but not to your building. Let them go with grace. The first angel, the one with the sword, now guards your next territory. Every step you take will be opposed, but not overthrown. The warfare will shift forms, but your authority has already outgrown it. The second angel, the one who once carried revelation, now releases resources. Heaven's provision flows where there's purpose. You won't have to chase it, you'll attract it by alignment. Chosen. One, understand this: you've entered a covenant season. This means everything you speak carries weight. Careless words are costly in this realm. Speak only what you want to see. When you decree peace, peace will settle. When you declare release, things will break open. When you bless heaven, amplifies it. Your voice is no longer casual, it's commissioned, and with this authority comes rest. You are no longer striving to make things happen. You are now flowing in divine rhythm. Heaven is synchronizing your pace with its plan. Things that once felt impossible will unfold naturally. You'll start seeing confirmations everywhere, numbers, signs, divine nudges. Don't dismiss them. These are heaven's reminders that you're on schedule. This is not just your breakthrough, it's your broadcast. Heaven is amplifying you, not for fame, but for impact. You are a vessel of divine justice, divine healing, divine provision. When you speak, atmospheres will adjust. When you move, resistance will scatter. You are no longer surviving miracles. You are one. So rise and walk like one who has seen the throne and lived. Move like one who knows heaven is backing every step. Speak like one whose words shape timelines. You are not waiting for favor, you are walking in it. Chosen one. This is the part where destiny meets decision. Heaven won't force your next move, it will wait for it. You've been prepared, purified, and positioned. Now all of heaven leans in to watch what you do next. Don't shrink, don't stall. Step forward, because the same angels that rescued you are ready to reveal your reign. The scroll is open, the sword is drawn, and heaven is watching your obedience become prophecy fulfilled. This is your moment. You are not being sent anymore. You are being unleashed. Chosen one. The heavens are silent, not because they've withdrawn, but because they're waiting. The angels have completed their preparation. The next move is yours. You are standing in the stillness that comes before divine demonstration. What you feel right now, that tension in your spirit, it isn't fear. It's power gathering. The rescue is over, the revelation has settled, and now heaven expects manifestation. You've crossed from prophecy to proof. What was once spoken over you is now looking for expression through you. The words you've carried, the dreams you've guarded, the visions you've written, they are no longer potential, they are assignment. This is not the time for more confirmation, it's the time for activation. The silence around you is not absence, it's the sound of heaven saying, move. Chosen one. This is your commissioning. The fire that once refined you now rests on you. You've become the living altar, a place where heaven touches earth. Every prayer you've ever prayed has built to this moment. Every storm that didn't destroy you was training for this authority. You carry divine weight now. Your words will no longer echo, they will establish. Your steps will no longer wander, they will govern. And with this level of calling comes new awareness. Heaven will no longer warn you about every battle. You'll begin to sense it before it arrives. You'll walk into rooms and discern motives. You'll feel atmospheres shift just by being present. Don't run from this sensitivity. It's not heaviness, it's discernment. The same fire that purified you is now sharpening you. The reason the noise of others feels louder is because your spirit has grown more precise. Guard this clarity. Protect it with everything you have. You are no longer operating at the level of reaction. You are walking in revelation. The enemy's tactic now will not be to destroy you, but to distract you. He'll try to overload you with options, with opportunities that look good, but aren't God. That's why peace is your compass. In this realm, what feels right isn't always divine. What carries peace always is. Chosen one. You've stepped into what prophets call divine command. It means your life now carries instruction, not suggestion. Heaven doesn't ask, it directs. When the Spirit says go, you move. When the Spirit says wait, you rest. Your obedience in this season will determine acceleration. The faster you agree, the faster heaven moves. Delay no longer serves you. This is why God hid you until now. Exposure before maturity leads to collapse. You had to grow roots before bearing fruit, and now the roots are deep enough. You won't be swayed by flattery or fear. The stage may be larger, but your heart remains anchored. You've learned that influence without intimacy is empty. So stay close, stay pure, stay yielded. Heaven is expanding your territory not for vanity, but for visibility. You were preserved to become proof that God still raises his own in secret. You are not being exalted to shine. You are being positioned to reflect. Every open door, every platform, every opportunity will be an altar if you keep your posture right. The moment you forget the source, the light dims. But when you remember who sent you, the glow never fades. The angels are not gone. They've simply changed formation. One now stands as guardian over your calling, defending the space where your influence grows. The other travels ahead, aligning divine appointments in unseen places. You won't always feel them, but you'll see their fingerprints, protection that makes no sense, favor that appears from nowhere, timing that defies logic. That's the movement of heaven confirming your mission. Chosen one. The days of small prayers are over. You can't pray as you once did. Heaven is expecting decrees now. When you speak, speak from your seat, not as a beggar, but as a believer who understands authority. You are seated in heavenly places. You don't have to chase blessings, you command them. This isn't arrogance, it's alignment. Heaven doesn't empower pride, it empowers purpose. Your words are shaping timelines. Your prayers are shifting bloodlines. Every act of obedience now carries generational weight. You are standing where your ancestors wept to stand. What they dreamed you will do. What they prayed for you will fulfill. You are the manifestation of prayers they never lived to see answered. So rise with reverence, move with precision. The earth doesn't need another voice shouting, it needs a vessel listening. Speak when heaven speaks, rest when heaven rests. Every action must now echo eternity. You're no longer surviving the process, you are the process. The chosen ones are not defined by miracles they receive, but by the miracles they release. And you, chosen one, are about to release something heaven has been holding for years, a move of clarity, of wealth, of revival. This isn't future tense, it's unfolding now. You will see sudden openings, divine alignments, resources drawn to you by recognition, not request. Creation knows its carrier, and you carry the King. The silence in heaven isn't the end of conversation, it's the beginning of confirmation. Every step you take now echoes in eternity. The angels are watching. Heaven is recording. Hell is trembling. You have waited long enough. You have been refined long enough. You have been chosen all along. Now walk in it, not softly, not slowly, but surely. You are not being sent anymore. You are being established. Heaven's will is now your walk. This is your divine demonstration. Chosen one. The heavens are opening wider now. What you feel stirring in your spirit is not imagination, it's manifestation. The promise has broken the barrier of waiting. The same power that once rescued you is now flowing through you. This is no longer a season of visitation, it's a season of habitation. Heaven isn't just touching you, it's taking residence in you. Every breath you take now carries assignment. Every word you speak carries vibration. You've shifted dimensions. You are no longer reaching for alignment. You are alignment. The angels that once surrounded you as guardians now surround you as witnesses. They watch as you step into what they were sent to prepare. The prophecy has matured, the mantle has landed, and the mission begins. Chosen one, listen. The silence that once confused you was not neglect. It was heaven making room for your own voice. You were trained in isolation so that when you spoke, you would sound like heaven, not the world. And now, your voice will carry the frequency of breakthrough. Your prayers will carry the fragrance of authority. Your presence will shift rooms without effort because you've become the evidence of divine partnership. But remember, this power without purity is peril. Heaven trusts those who remain low while carrying much. Don't let applause replace intimacy. Don't let success dilute surrender. The same posture that brought the oil is the posture that keeps it flowing. Humility, silence, and gratitude. You don't need to announce what you carry. The spirit world already knows. Hell recognizes your authority before earth celebrates it. This is the season where your inner world becomes your weapon. Heaven will begin to move through your thoughts, your instincts, your sensitivity. You'll speak things that align with future moments. You'll feel burdens for people you've never met. That's not pressure, that's partnership. The Holy Spirit is training you to operate in divine precision. Every nudge, every whisper matters now. Heaven doesn't waste instruction. Chosen one, the divine transfer has already begun. What was once blocked is being released. Doors are opening not because of opportunity, but because of obedience. You'll start seeing provision chase purpose. Money, resources, ideas, and people will flow into your life with supernatural timing. It won't make sense to the natural mind, but that's the signature of God, unexplainable acceleration. Don't cling to old systems that can't sustain new blessings. Heaven is birthing innovation through you. You'll start thinking differently, creating differently, walking differently. You were never designed to fit the mold, you were created to redefine it. You are not stepping into a career, you're stepping into a calling. Every skill you've gained, every trial you've endured, every passion you've protected, heaven is now merging them into purpose. The angel of revelation is unfolding new blueprints. You'll begin to receive divine strategy, where to build, who to trust, what to release. Some instructions will come as visions, others as divine interruptions, conversations that feel random but carry direction. Don't dismiss them. Heaven hides guidance in moments that look ordinary, and yet, as your light grows brighter, so will resistance. Do not mistake increased warfare for decreased favor. The storm rises not to break you, but to prove what's inside you. The same wind that tried to drown you before will now propel you forward. You've outgrown the reach of old attacks. The enemy will try to whisper through memory, through guilt, through fatigue. Recognize the pattern. This is not a new battle, it's a recycled lie. Chosen one, you are being positioned as a conduit of divine flow, a carrier of breakthrough wealth and wisdom. You're not meant to hoard it, you're meant to distribute it. Heaven's economy works through hands that release, not cling. When you give, heaven multiplies. When you bless, heaven amplifies. You're a divine bridge connecting spiritual abundance with earthly need. Guard your circle. The ones around you now determine the strength of your next level. The wrong energy will drain revelation. The right presence will multiply it. Surround yourself with those who stir faith, not fear, builders, not doubters. Some will not understand your acceleration, and that's okay. You were not called to be understood. You were called to be undeniable. This is the moment where divine visibility begins. God is about to make public what he has perfected in private. Don't shy away from it. You've been hidden long enough. When opportunities come, walk through them with reverence, not hesitation. The world doesn't need your perfection. It needs your presence, the kind filled with light, love, and truth. Chosen, one, heaven is declaring you are not stepping into favor. Favor is stepping into you. Every area of your life that once felt barren will now bear fruit. Where there was lack, there will be overflow. Where there was silence, there will be song. Where there was delay, there will be divine speed. This is not just your rise, it's heaven's return on investment. You are living proof that obedience produces overflow. The rescue has become rain, the battle has become blessing, and the waiting has become witness. The angels are rejoicing, the heavens are watching, and creation is responding. You were chosen for this exact hour. You are not walking into the unknown, you are walking into fulfillment. Step boldly, speak fearlessly, love relentlessly. For the earth is about to recognize what heaven already knows. The chosen one has arrived, awakened, anointed, and unstoppable. Chosen, one, heaven has entered completion mode. What was once being built in silence is now unfolding in sight. The cycle has come full circle, from hidden to heralded, from broken to crowned, from surviving to sending. You have been through the refining fire, and what remains is unshakable. The angels stand not in battle stance now, but in celebration. The mission has shifted from rescue to release. You can feel it, the air is different. The battles that used to drain you now seem beneath you. The fears that once paralyzed you no longer have a voice. You've reached the point where pressure has turned into presence. What others call confidence is not pride, it's peace. It's the knowing that heaven backs your every move. Chosen. One. This is the phase of divine establishment. You are no longer chasing confirmation, you are carrying it. What used to be prophetic is now practical. What was once revelation is now responsibility. Heaven has transferred stewardship into your hands. Every act of obedience from this moment forward builds eternal infrastructure, relationships, resources, movements, words that will echo beyond your lifetime. This is where many stop right after breakthrough, thinking it's the end. But for you, it's the beginning. Breakthrough was never the goal, it was the gateway. The purpose of being chosen was never to be rescued, it was to be released into influence, to govern spiritual territory, to carry heaven's heart into earthly systems. That is your assignment now. The angel of revelation is unfolding what heaven calls the blueprint of dominion. You'll notice new instructions rising in your spirit, strategies, creative downloads, divine ideas that seem beyond your ability. Don't resist them. They are not meant to be comfortable. They are meant to be catalytic. The anointing on your life is not just for survival, it's for systems. You've been prepared to reform, rebuild, and restore. Chosen one. Heaven didn't pour oil on you so you could hide it in private devotion. It anointed you to walk boldly into the places the world calls impossible. You are a divine disruptor, a living contradiction to limitation. When you walk into spaces saturated with fear, peace will accompany you. When you speak where confusion reigns, clarity will descend. The atmosphere listens to your spirit because it recognizes your assignment. And yet with great authority comes deeper intimacy. The closer you move toward divine purpose, the quieter heaven becomes. Don't mistake the silence for absence, it's partnership. Heaven no longer needs to shout when you've learned to sense. You are now led not only by words, but by whispers, not by visions, but by vibration. Your relationship with God has matured beyond conversation. It has become communion. You'll begin to feel this new phase as a holy stillness days, when your spirit feels weighty, yet peaceful, as if heaven itself is sitting within you. That's not stagnation. That's indwelling. You've become a vessel large enough for divine habitation. You are no longer trying to find your purpose. You are walking as purpose. And as this realization deepens, the divine transfer accelerates. Heaven is releasing resources that had your name locked on them, not as reward, but as requirement. You'll begin to see wealth appear in unconventional ways, supernatural ideas, unexpected alignments, divine investors. This is not random prosperity. It's purposeful provision. You're being equipped to sustain the mission, not just celebrate the miracle. Chosen one, don't shrink under the weight of abundance. You were built for it. The same grace that sustained you in lack will stabilize you in overflow. Money, influence, and favor are not temptations when you understand they are tools. Let generosity remain your language. Heaven flows through open hands. When you give, you don't lose. You make space for more. And understand this, your influence will now extend beyond words. Heaven is turning your presence into prophecy. Simply walking into a place will shift outcomes. The atmosphere will adjust to your anointing, because the anointing is not just on you, it's in you. You don't need to convince anyone of what you carry. They'll feel it before you speak. Chosen one. Heaven's final instruction for this season is simple: stay anchored. The higher you rise, the deeper your roots must go. Keep intimacy above impact prayer, above platform surrender, above success. The throne you sit under will always be greater than the throne you stand on. The angels are watching as you step into fullness. You've moved from obedience to overflow, from test to testimony. You've become a living portal between heaven and earth, a vessel that both carries and releases glory. The world won't always understand, but it will witness. And when they ask what changed, you'll know the answer. Everything, because I finally remembered who I am. The crown is real. The oil is flowing. The heavens are recording. Now rise, rule, release. Walk as the one who was rescued, but as the one who carries rescue in their voice. You have been chosen. You have been refined. And now you have been established. Heaven's story continues through you. Chosen one, heaven is still here. The angels that rescued you now walk beside you. This is your Kairos moment, your appointed time. The transfer has already begun. What was closed is now open. What was delayed is being released. Walk boldly, but stay surrendered. Favor will recognize you. Peace will follow you. Stay aligned, stay grateful, stay ready. This is not the end, it's your sending. If this word confirmed your spirit, seal it with a simple yes below a declaration between you and heaven. Go forth, anointed one. You are chosen, crowned, and covered. Heaven moves with you now.